Paper Mario 1000 Year Door brings back the partner mechanic from the original Paper Mario and expands upon it, mostly because of the fact we're adding new heroes and partners to this game in comparison to the original. So let's today rank all of the partners in Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door from worst to best. And we're ranking them not just on their battle abilities, but also their field abilities and how good they are. And let's be honest, these really aren't going to make that much of a difference. It's only really going to make a difference for like one partner. So anyways, let's get into it. For the worst partner in 1000 Year Door would have to be Flurrie. And she just sucks, man. To start off with, her battle abilities are all just bad. The normal attack is only good because you can attack enemies on the ceiling, and that's just pointless because, one, there are not many enemies that do that, and two, there's just other ways to take care of them, so why are you going to use this garbage partner for that also has an attack that takes forever? Slam attack also can't hit spiked enemies, that's just great. And the blowing ability, oh, just horrendous. All of her other abilities just suck, and her field ability, like blowing, is only really used in the second chapter is the thing, and yeah, you can use it like stun enemies, but when are you going to do that? It's just pointless, man. Just, oh my god, she's just so bad, so just garbage, absolutely awful. Right after Flurrie, we have the Miss Mowz, and I think she's a bit overhated, but she's still not that great to tell you the truth. Her abilities are just not good. She doesn't do much damage, and she does have piercing, which is pretty cool. But the lack of damage just sucks. She can only hit one enemy with her attacks, and most. She has the dizzy effect. You know, that's crap. And truthfully, the best thing she has is the kiss ability to restore health to Mario. That's generally the best thing she's got. Everything else just sucks, man. Her field ability is fine enough. It's good for getting, it's good for getting treasures and that when you don't have the internet. I found a lot of them as a kid with Miss Mowz's ability, and I still use it once in a while if I don't feel like pulling up the internet. So she's all right for that. But overall, she just sucks, really. To tell you the truth, like I said, the piercing is probably the best part about her. But even then, why are you going to use her just for piercing? Let's be honest. For my man Bobbery, he's the first partner in here that's actually good of all the partners that you get. His attacks are powerful, and some of them have a ton of range. And he has a screen nuke one, that's pretty awesome. But they're just still lacking. They do not do enough power in comparison to the others. And yes, you can hit almost anything and do a ton of damage at the same time, but they just use too much FP when you're using a lot of his other abilities that are good, is the problem, right? His default attack's fine, does a lot of damage, but you only hit one enemy, and they're only the ones that are in front of you, so you're better off using a different guy for him, right? And his field ability is fine, but it's hard to get a preemptive strike with it to start off with, and it's hard to just, it's just hard to use that for it, and it's just good for situational purposes, and it's good because you can get a whole bunch of extra stuff that you couldn't normally get unless you had Bobbery, for example, right? Which is pretty cool. But that's all he's really good for. He's not bad, not the worst. Now, Koops, he's the second partner that you get in the game, and he's a pretty good one to boot. He has a bunch of good abilities, and he deals a lot of damage. He has the +1 defense, which is just awesome, and I love some of the abilities that he gets when you upgrade him, right? So the first one, without the upgrades, is really good, where you can just hit every enemy that's on the ground. That's great, just clearing a bunch of normal enemies. And then he also has the Shell Shield, which is just, oh man, I love the Shell Shield, actually. It's great for tanking Mario against strong hits and tough bosses and that kind of thing, right? It's pretty great. Then you got the final one, which just shakes the ground, whatever it is, the Shell Slam. That one's pretty cool. It does piercing damage and hits everything. It's just a better version of his second one. So he's a good one overall. And his field ability isn't bad, to tell you the truth. The thing with the field ability is just a bit slow, but for far away enemies, it's pretty good. And again, it's just situational, and I guess all of them are situational. But still, he's pretty good. Not a bad partner at all. Now this one is going to be a bit controversial, but Goombella is not the best partner in 1000 Year Door, in my opinion. And that is because of the fact that her field ability is pointless. Just kidding, that's not really what it is. The thing is that her normal jump is fine. Because she doesn't really count for field ability, alright? Okay? Because yeah, you can get information and all that's pretty cool, but it's pointless. Alright? Let's just put it that way. It's pointless, alright? And her attacks, like I said, her normal jump is pretty good, actually. It's very powerful. It's just Mario's normal jump, but it gets additional attack power. Plus, it gets the partner bonuses and all that. So, it's pretty cool. But then the thing that makes her pretty good is her multi-bounce one, which is the third one that you get. In other words, the second one you'll get when you upgrade her. This thing is insane just for OTKing enemies, which is just awesome. It's really good for that. And her talent ability, I find it pointless. And her last one, I just don't really see what you use that over a charge. But at the same time, it's still pretty good. And yeah, she's really, really good, to tell you the truth. It's just, in my opinion, the next two here partners are definitely better than Goombella. So let's get right into who's better than Goombella. Vivian, she's just OP. She's so good. There's no way that I would put her the best, but she's no way I put her any lower than second, though. She's just, oh my god, she's so good. Let's just start off here with her main attack, which is very, very good. You can hit enemies pretty much anywhere with it because she's a ghost, or a shadow, or whatever the heck she's supposed to be, right? Plus, it has the burning thing, which, happens after every time you hit it, whatever you mean, right? So it's just great for just dealing damage, and then you can annoy your enemies with it. Oh, it's so good. And her upgrades are just crazy. Getting more damage on that normal attack for one, insane. Plus you have the Jinx one, which just hits everything. That alone is just insane. That thing is just so powerful. Oh my god, you just own enemies with that. I just love that ability. And her last one's not bad, but really it's about her first one and the Jinx one, which are just crazy, man. Those are just insane. And plus the Veil, which lets you tank a hit for Mario. Doesn't take a hit, you avoid a hit, sorry. And it's just, oh my god, yeah, that and that on top of it. Mwah. She's so good, man. And her field ability is not bad, really, because you can avoid enemies, and it's good for certain puzzles in that as well, situational, like all of them are, right? And, like, I don't know, it's just good for avoiding enemies that are really annoying, to tell you the truth. I really like it for that. So, yeah, that's why Vivian is the second best overall. She's just such a good partner. Now for the best partner in Thousand Year Door being my man, Yoshi. And I have my reasons for this. Let's get right into it. First of all, he has the best thing that he has, which is that he can wreck enemy bosses with two moves. His normal stomp move and the stampede move. Because these just have multi-hits on them, but if you charge them up, then they'll do 2 to 3, and with 2 to 3 on having multiple hits, you just do a ton of damage, and it's just crazy. And you can do the power swap thing, where you attack with them, and then swap them out, and then use different, and then swap them back, and you'll keep his ability, as in his buffs, which is just absurdly powerful. So you can just do that, and just keep on spamming his attacks, and you pretty much destroy any boss without any problems, for one. The Gulp's so powerful. You know, it's good for that one boss fight in the third chapter, but it's good for pretty much any enemy in the game. There's not many enemies that can avoid the Gulp is the thing. There's hardly any of them actually that can. And the mini egg isn't bad. It can shrink your enemies. It doesn't deal a ton of damage or anything like that, but it's good just for weakening enemies if you absolutely have to weaken them. And then he also has the best of all the characters' field abilities in the game by far. Because one, you can move faster, and that alone is just, oh my god, it's such a godsend. And two, you can get around to higher places and with that extended jump. And really, it's just all about the moving faster because it's just so useful. You use them all the time, save you so much time. Just a great partner. I just love using them. Just the best. My favorite, personally. Hey guys, that is the list there. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below if you agree with it or not, and what you think who is the best partner. Maybe it's someone else that I did put on there and the best. And yeah, you let me know what you think of it down below, and I will be sure to see all of you on the next video.